Hello everybody, Game Bros here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Forza Horizon 4. It's another beautiful day in Mexico, and today we're going to be doing, today we're going to be doing another car, a car that everyone knows and hopefully loves. I mean, I love it. There's a car complaint, so I had to do that. That was okay. That was great. That was awesome. That was perfect jump. Perfect jump. Alright, so the car that we're gonna be doing today, or I should say in this episode. Is now actually I got this car in a gift shop. Technically I did use it because I used it in a dirt racing championship. So I technically already have it. So I bought a new one stock to just build up and max out and do a road racing build on. And I really think you'll like it. I mean, it's a car that everybody knows and, like I said, hopefully loves. I mean, I love it. I love this car. So, I'd like to present to you the 2013 Toyota 86, also known as the Scion FRS, also known as the Subaru BRZ. I wouldn't be surprised if the Subaru BRZ was in here. So, yeah, you know, this car is the same body style over like 3 different companies, all owned by Toyota. Well, okay, sorry, no, Subaru isn't owned by Toyota, so I don't think they are. I have to do my research. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to do this thing, see what upgrades we can do, hopefully there's some good customization, all that wonderful stuff. So it has a, presumably, I want to say 2-liter straight 4 that makes 197 horsepower, rear-wheel drive. It's better than my car, so, you know, I have, like, I have a straight 4 that makes, like, 120 something, so, you know, it's, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so before we get started, I'm gonna stop talking, and we're just gonna listen to the sound of this engine at its finest. Alright, you know, not bad at all. So, to start things off, let's see what race we're doing today. Okay, here we go, the lookout circuit. Here we go. So let's get our butts over there. Before I forget, skill points. And then we're doing this one over here. Here we go. All right, let's get it. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. And always stay tuned for more videos like this for at least the next week before I start school again. So, yeah, there we go. I want to thank. There's one guy. It's 2 guys who do videos similar to this, but they use the Logitech racing wheels, so they're actual pro drivers. They like my videos, and I just want to say thank you guys. Really appreciate your feedback. Every little bit of feedback means everything to me, especially the positive ones. Then again, I haven't really got any negative feedback yet, but you know. Hopefully I don't get any negative, because I'm not saying I want negative feedback. I mean, who wants negative feedback? But yeah, this car right here, how many racing games have I played with this thing? I mean, it's been in at least the last 3 Need for Speed games. You know, it's been in multiple Forza games. It's just, I remember in Forza Horizon 4, originally, you know, because Toyota wasn't in the game as of yet, because Toyota wasn't in the game as of yet, they, the only version of this car that was available was the Subaru BRZ. And it was hilarious, because then, in the festival playlist, you know, Playground Games, they released this car, the Toyota 86, into the game, because, you know, Toyota was in the game. And everyone was like, why would I want the Toyota 86? I had the Subaru BRZ. And it turned out this thing had the super engine swap available, which at that point in time was about 600 horsepower. Now, it sounded like that was all fun and games, but this thing was wheel steely as fudge. Okay, it was just such a wheel spinny car. I mean, I couldn't take it. And I mean, as a racing car, it was horrible. It just was horrible as a racing car with all that horsepower in it. So, and here's the thing. I have a theory on why they downgraded the Super Engine as an engine swap. Because, as you know, the Super Engine in the 1998 Toyota Supra gives you 600 horsepower. And the engine swap version of it only gives you about 1,300. And my theory to why this is very simple, actually. In Forza Horizon 4, the Super Engine had so much horsepower that there wasn't really any car that could handle it maxed out except a Toyota Supra. Even other Supras, it was available to go into a couple Celicas. The 1992 Toyota Supra, I think it was 1992, and they just couldn't handle the sheer power of the engine because they were so drifty, even with lots of tuning. So I think that's the reason why they downgraded it. But at the same time, it's still kind of sad. So I'm just gonna go to the city of Guanajuato. I'm sorry if I messed that up. I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce a lot of places in this game, but I mean, this is perhaps, I think, maybe one of the biggest city, town in the game. Because in this game, the focus wasn't so much city as it was town. This is a town. I say it's definitely more city-like town, but it's definitely townish. Like, it would have been nice to see Mexico City in here, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. So, but yeah, I see. Here's the thing. I do think using a wheel to play games like this is totally awesome. I think that's awesome. I mean, like I said, I would probably try that if I had the guts and if I had the money for it, which I don't. Because they're, those sort of things are really expensive getting the set up and everything. And plus, I don't have the room for it. I would need like a whole other room right now, and I don't have. That's what I do not have. Yeah, that's just the crazy thing. Because I actually had the opportunity. So over the summer, I visited some family members up in Washington, and we went to a car museum in Tacoma, or between Tacoma and Washington. Between Tacoma and Seattle, Washington, and it was so much. I think now the museum was great because they had all these old cars, and I was absolutely in car heaven. I mean, I'm seeing Aston Martins, I'm seeing Jaguars. I saw a Celine S1. I mean, I'm just loving it. But probably one of my favorite parts is that they had this F1 racing car simulator, and it was so much fun. So I paid for myself and my niece and nephew, and so my niece and nephew, they're not old enough to drive yet. So it's so hilarious because he's driving the car and he's literally just swinging the wheel back and forth. Because like let's say the car's turning right, but that time he's turning the wheel to the left. And by the time the car goes to the left, he's turning the wheel to the right. So he's just going back and forth. And then he's like, he doesn't know how to shift. So the car's in first gear, just rev banging the entire time he's racing. And to me, it's just, it's like someone's hitting me in my eardrums. I'm like, dude, shift up, but he didn't know how. And the guys who were running the whole thing, they told us that they had to turn simulation off because so many people would get in these things and they would destroy the gearbox or they would destroy the engine because they didn't know how to drive. And out of everyone, I did the best, and it was actually so much fun because I was in the Ferrari F1 car, and it was so awesome because my favorite part is just going down the straight of the track and just letting the car just rip. I mean, I'm talking like first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Oh my god! I'm like, oh man, it was so cool. So I mean. And it was kind of like one of those professional, sim racing or, iRacing setups. That's what this was. It was like a professional iRacing setup, and I do follow iRacing. I love iRacing. I love that whole thing. And yeah, it was just crazy. Yes, I had so much fun. If I could, I would definitely buy one for myself, just so that I could have the pleasure of doing it. But anyway, I spent like 10 minutes talking about racing or something. But anyway, you guys enjoyed that little rant. But anyway, so back to Toyota, the awesomeness that is a Toyota 86. I do know that in this game they have taken away body kits. So, like for example, in Forza Horizon 4, the RCF had a rocket bunny kit. In this game, it does not have a rocket bunny kit. So I'm hoping for some good customization on this car. But the fortunate thing is that with Forza, I already have a low expectation. I already have a low expectation of customization, for cars. So, I'm always, and that always works out because then I'm surprised when there is actually customization. Like the customization for the 1990 Mustang, that surprised me because I don't think there was any customization for the Mustang in the in Forza Horizon 4. But I will say they've improved a lot. I will say, like I love the blueprinting in this, bruh, turned it. The blueprinting in this game is like the best it's ever been. Like you can make a road racing series event where there's traffic on the roads if you want that more street racing feel. And here's the funny thing, I never thought I'd say this because I still think it's weird that street racing is sort of legal in this game. But the crazy thing is, for some reason, somehow it works. It really, it works somehow. I can't explain how, but for me, it works, and I don't even know why. Yeah, it just works, and I seem to be stuck in P4. How come I can't catch the 86 in front of me? In fact, I think they're all 86s. How come I can't catch them? Get back over here. I need to catch up with you so I can win. This is the last lap. I'm not even drafting. Oh, but he's drafted me. Perfect. Okay, come on. Come on. Yeah, it wasn't gonna happen. Okay, 4th place. I would have liked to pull a pole position, but oh well, it is what it is. But I think that was a pretty good drive. I think that was a pretty decent drive. Not too much horsepower in a rear-wheel drive car. It's actually kind of perfect. It works out just fine because when you go around a corner, it doesn't drift too much. It drifts, but doesn't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. 2 of them were in. That's what annoys me. When 2 of them are in Scion. I keep on saying Scions. Toyota 86s. Yeah, because the reason why I keep on saying Scion's the default for me, because when I was the first time I laid eyes on this car was in the game, I think Asphalt 8 Airborne. Remember that? For you mobile game players. Haven't made an episode of that in a long time. But in that game, it wasn't the Super Beer 026, it was a Scion FRS. And that was the one I'm familiar with. So default to me is the Scion FRS. So, and here's the funny thing. This isn't the only car this has happened to. Companies do this all the time. They make a car and they sell it in, another country or another part of the world. It's the same car, different name. Like, okay, take one of the barn finds in this game, for example. The GMC Jimmy is the Chevrolet. It's the Chevrolet Blazer, but they named it different. It's a Chevrolet Blazer, but under GMC. But you're not gonna call it the GMC Blazer because that's lack of ingenuity, right? So they just named it the GMC Jimmy. So it's anyway. So we saw how it handled out on the open road. It took for a little drive, did a little racing. Now it's time to absolutely overhaul this thing and see what it can do maxed out. Which, I think that's what everyone... personally, that's what I like to do to a sports car, right? See, Forza has ruined me because I'm not happy if a car can't have 1,000 horsepower. Like if a car, if I build a car and it can't have 1,000 horsepower, I'm let down. I'm like, oh, that's disappointing. Like, why would you do that? Like, huh? What? Okay, so upgrades and tuning. So I'm pretty sure this is naturally aspirated. I'm pretty sure. Why did I go there? Why did I go there? It is, yep, naturally aspirated. So it's naturally aspirated 2-liter straight forward that makes 197 horsepower. I'm speed talking now. Why am I speed talking? Okay, so let's turbocharge the bad boy. And let's see how... Now, more likely this is not the engine that's going to stay in the car. But I always like to see what the engine, stock engine sounds like after we finish building it. So, what I love about Forza is you know, the fact that when you upgrade an engine, essentially what you're doing, you're pulling the engine out of the car, and you're just rebuilding it basically with different, you know, race parts. So 600 horsepower, you know, 400 in power increase. I mean, that's not too shabby. That's not something that you can really complain about. Yeah, that's nice. That is nice. Now, if they sold that on the market, that people would buy it on. Whoa! Okay, we got 7 engine swaps. Okay, so we have this. That's 761. We have that. Don't know what that is. We'll have to check that. That's 2017. We're not doing that one. 4-liter flat 6. Okay, that's a 1270, and that. Okay, so we got 4 engines to do. So this is a 2-liter flat 4 turbo. I don't know what this is for sure, but we'll see. So I know out of all the engines in there that I know of, I know the super engine gives us 1270. So if we get an engine that gives us more horsepower than that, that will be it. So yeah, I'm just troubleshooting here. I'm troubleshooting. Okay. All right. So yeah, so that's less horsepower than the stock engine, so that's a no-go. Okay, I'm not doing that one because I'm not putting the rally engine in because I'm not building a rally car. Like I don't put a rally engine in rally cars. Anyway, so 4-liter, flat 6. We can twin turbo it. Okay. Come on. Let's see what we got. Okay, 957. Okay, still not it. Still not it. Super engine can't be beat yet. Okay, then last we have this, which is the 4.5-liter V8, which has 562 horsepower stock. Okay, so we twin turbocharge it. That's a pretty high rev for a V8, but okay, da yada yada, blah blah blah. 914. Okay, so you know what that means, folks. Super engine, surprise, surprise, wins once again. It's already turbo, so let's just put the parts on. We already know what it sounds like. I know it's. Oh, nope, wrong engine block. I already know what it sounds like, but you know, for your viewing pleasure, I'm gonna rev it. That's pure JDM goodness right there. All right, okay, we got race brakes. We have race suspension. Look at that load. Actually, let's see. Okay, this is race suspension. Okay, no, sorry. I remember in Horizon 4, the X class. Oh my God. If you put drift suspension on that thing, it just dropped. Like, oh man, it just, whew, man, it's like someone just put a weight on it. Just, Okay, so let's make this thing all-wheel drive. Race differential. Okay, we got race tires. Okay, let me see. So the biggest we can put, let's see, 255s. Okay, let's do 255 rear tires, and yeah, I try to keep the tire size as identical as possible because I'm symmetrical like that. Okay, let's make the rims a little bit bigger. Can't go wrong with bigger rims. Submitting spacing. Nope. Alright. So now, we do have some customization. There's no body kits, but we do have customization. So I want to see what we have. Okay, so I am not a big fan of the Big Country Labs. It's just too outlandish, too big for me. So yeah, I don't like the Big Country Labs at all whatsoever. So what I'm gonna do is do the Ings. Yeah, that's that's it. So it's either Big Country Labs, Ings, or that. And that will bring down our top speed. So, yeah, we're going to do the Ings. Since we're doing the Ings, we'll do that. That. And... I mean... Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Unless, I mean, we could just have it be stock. Have the West body kit, but... whatever. No, I'll skip it like this. Okay. So, yeah, so is there customization? Yes. Is it great customization? No. No, it's not great. It's not great at all. So, because there is some visual customization, I will take a chance and put some new rims on this baby. And I have a couple favorite types of rims, and these are one of my favorite. I love these rims. These are like one of my favorite rims out there. So, okay, we got that. So let me figure it out. Weight, so 5743. So it's similar to the setup of the Mustang we did last time, except that was 5842, but this is 5743. Gotta make sure I don't confuse myself. So as usual, guys, if you want to skip ahead the tuning part and see, when I take the car out for a drive, please do so. No, not going there. But if you want to see me tune this thing and yada yada yada, then by all means, come along for the ride. So yeah, tuning is one of my favorite things because I mean, let me tell you, what really, out of all the games I played, Forza Horizon to me has the best upgrade system. I mean, it's literally one of my favorite upgrade systems. And plus, I love the tuning. I love the tuning. Like the tuning. Now, don't get me wrong. The tuning in and there is tuning in Need for Speed, but it's nowhere near as good and in depth as this one. And it makes sense because at its core, Forza is like a track racing game. Forza started as motorsport. It was only in 2012 that they decided to experiment with an open world racing game, which was Horizon. You have to commend them for that because when you go into uncharted territory, that's a risk. Take a calculated risk, but the risk paid off. Okay, because I mean, people love Forza Horizon. I mean, now a world without Forza Horizon, like, whoa, what's that? Because I mean, for me, well, technically, I grew up in a world without Forza Horizon. I mean, you have to realize I went through most of my childhood without playing any video games. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. I mean, I went throughout most of my life without playing any video games. Okay? My real video game playing started in like 2018, like late 2018, early 2019. That's when my real video games. I mean, that's when I got my. Technically, it's my third console, but to me, it's like my first real gaming console. Because the first one I had was a PlayStation 2. Yeah, it was a PlayStation. So my first game console was a PlayStation, was a PS2. So I was a PS2 guy. And I really, at the time, I really didn't know that there was this whole, Xbox versus PS thing at all. I had no idea that was even a thing. I know I had one game on it, Cars, the video game. And that was when I was a kid. You realize how far back that was. And then after that, then I lost the cord to that. And so then I got a Wii. Yeah, I got a Wii. And I had like a Wipeout game on that, the show Wipeout. I had another Cars, like Pixar Cars video game on it. I had Wii Sports Resort, and really that was about it. I mean, even back then, I remember when I first got the Wii, I was enamored with it at first because I'm like, oh my god, like I spent the whole next day playing on it and like got cramps in my hands for that, so I learned my lesson. But the thing is, I never still didn't really get into video games, mostly because on the Wii, I didn't I knew I wasn't gonna. There wasn't a whole lot of good games on the Wii, and I didn't have a job, so I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get, um, a new console. As my parents bought it for me, which was very chance of that was very low. Um, yeah, so years passed by. Eventually, my mom tossed the Wii out, and because I stopped using it. Um, and it was what inspired me to get this Xbox and got me to where I am today. It's actually a very funny story. It was so. It was when so I had already gotten into video games by 2018. I was already a video game nerd. I was always watching people play video games. 73.9. I was a huge video game nerd, and because and that's the fire alarm, which means that someone's bringing something in the kitchen. But I was already a huge video game nerd, and the thing was. I'm just gonna stop talking. There it is. Okay, so I was already a huge video game nerd, and by that point, like I was getting invested in Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty and Halo, major gaming things like that. And the crazy thing was, so at first I was surprised when I got an advertisement on my Instagram page, no less, for The Crew 2, which apparently was this game that encompassed the entire USA as a map. And you have to remember, by this time I was strictly a mobile game player. So to me, the idea that a game can have a map that huge, it was like, I'm like, wait, what? That doesn't make sense. That's impossible. But I found out from a friend of mine that it was very much real, and it was very much real. And I started doing research, and I found found out about the original Crew, and then after that, I was hooked. I was absolutely hooked. And so then I got the original Crew, I got the Crew 2, and then I started looking up other video games that were like the Crew 2, other open world video games. That's how I came across Need for Speed Payback. I came across Forza Horizon 3. And the funny story behind that is that I'm like, okay, Forza Horizon 3, this is like maybe a couple weeks before Forza Horizon 4 is about to come out. I'm like, okay, Forza Horizon 3, so this is the first time because I knew what Forza was, because I played Forza Motorsport 5 or 6 once. I played it once in my lifetime, and it was part of like a gaming party thing, and so I knew what Forza was, but I didn't know about what Forza Horizon was. So when I realized it was this open world thing where you could drive around, get cars and everything, and I'm like, okay, I want that. But then in my mind's like, okay, this is Forza Horizon 3 that came out 2016, which is about 2 years ago in 2018. I'm like, okay, let me see if there's a Forza Horizon 4. And lo and behold, surprise, surprise, it's about to come. If it hadn't already come out, it was about to come out. And I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. So I had 4 games I wanted: The Crew 2, Forza Horizon 4, and Need for Speed Payback. And it took a lot of cajoling and begging and pleading from my mom. But I used, because I was in college at the time, I used some of my financial aid money to get an Xbox One X. And yeah, it was just, it was great. It was, love at first sight. And the crazy thing is, there are no good paint jobs for this thing. The best one is this one, and I don't like that one. So, Let me see here. So I gotta think. Forza Toyota, no. I don't want to do that because it's not a drift build. Let's just do this one. It's pathetic, but let's just do this one. Okay, but anyway, what was I just talking about? But yeah, anyway, yeah. So you know, I was totally. Oh, so when I first got, so the first thing, because I was such in a mood for the Crew 2, I was absolutely obsessed with it at the time. I'm not anymore. I'm not, I mean, I play from time to time, but I'm not as obsessed with it as I was back then. I pop in the disc. I'm like, this is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great, and. Okay. You know, if it wasn't impractical and stupid and crazy, I would take out that alarm. Okay? I would. Here we go. I'm going off and I don't even have a destination yet. So yeah, so I was obsessed with, you know, I popped the disc into my newly hooked up Xbox One X. It's, you know, plugged up to the TV in the living room. So excited. I get in the Porsche, you know, the starter car when you first open the game. And oh my God. I'm telling you, I must have hit every single wall that I could have possibly hit in the game. Oh my! Now the race, which was easy by the Crew 2 standards, super easy. I finished last. I finished last. I finished last in the car section. I finished last in the boat section. I finished last. Oh boy! All-wheel drive, baby. I finished last in the boat section. I finished last in the plane section. I was absolutely horrible. Oh my God. I mean, it's actually embarrassing. I mean, if you think I'm a horrible driver now, really? If you think I'm horrible now, I was even worse back then. Okay, like a lot worse, like majorly worse. And that was this is all with the controller. When I played Forza Horizon 4 first time, oh boy. Yeah, but I think at my heart, I'm definitely a fan. I mean, I have to put Need for Speed and Forza Horizon at the foremost. I mean, I've spent more time playing Forza Horizon 4 than I have any other video game I own. I'm serious. I mean, I spent hours and hours and hours and hours grinding that game to get every single car from the auto show. And I mean, some of the cars are crazy expensive. Like, price-wise, I was starting to get up to the crazy amounts. Like, we're talking like 10 million, 20 million credits for cars. Yeah, I mean, it was insane. It was insane. But yeah, I'm doing so much talking. I'm not talking about the car. The car's pretty cool. I mean, the customization. I prefer a wing, but it actually still looks pretty good. This is actually a pretty good color and everything too. So it handles pretty well. Tires are pretty. Just as I say, tires are pretty grippy. That happens, but yeah, I think, you know, for an overpowered sports car. Handles pretty well, and here's a drift zone. Now, just so you know, I suck at drifting in this game. Now, give me a drift zone in Forza, sorry, not Forza, in a Need for Speed game, and I can drift all night long. But in the Crew 2, and in Forza, you can forget about it. I cannot drift in this game. I can't drift. I cannot drift. It's absolutely unexplainable. I don't know why I can't drift, but I just can't. There's no drifting for me. Just none at all whatsoever. Okay? I'm a horrible drifter.
Turn sharp left.
One thing I do wish we had, because I honestly feel they got the revving engine in the garage thing from Need for Speed Heat, because that's what Need for Speed Heat did. That's what Need for Speed Heat did. And What they also wish they could have taken was the exhaust tuning. I wish we could tune an exhaust in this game. I wish we could. That would be awesome. Yeah, for like tone and aggressiveness and all that stuff. That was awesome. That was great. Whew. Did you see that? That was a near miss. So was that. Oh wait, no, I actually hit him. I traded paint. Cool. As you can see, even in the slight corners, not drifting at all. It is holding its ground at 270 plus miles an hour. So I think this car would give some stock Lambos and Ferraris a run for their money. Okay, and top speed. Okay, this is awesome. The music. Oh my god, I haven't talked much about the music, but the music in this game is so good. It's so good. I wish I could play some of the songs from Horizon XS, the Rock Station, but then guess what? Copyrighted! And guess what? Me no like copyrights, because then me video gets taken down, and then about what? You know, half an hour to 40 minutes worth of work and recording down the drain. Because I'm not good at editing, and I don't have an edit software, any other software. So anyway, so let's do this race, then that'll be a wrap. This is one of the first Horizon races you unlock when you first excuse me. When you first get into the game and you do some road racing events. This is one of the first road racing events you do. This Horizon Festival Circuit, which I actually enjoy more than the Horizon Festival Circuit in Forza 2004, because that one was just really small and tight, and I am not a fan of small and tight circuits. I prefer bigger circuits. So, yeah. I love how it doesn't recommend my car. Like, we don't recommend your car. We don't. I mean, sometimes it recommends my car, and sometimes it doesn't recommend my car. It's hilarious. So, yeah, I mean, that looks good. That looks good. I literally say this about every single car I make in this series, of this game, but I would not mind being seen in this. Like, if I was just driving this down the road, oh, I mean, this is a car where I would just like to go for a drive. Actually, you know, the funny thing is, I haven't driven my car in months because so I work from home and everything's home nowadays. So, you know, I haven't driven anything majorly for like months. And because I was going back to work so much, in the daily grind, it got to the point where driving wasn't fun anymore. Because you know, like if you get your car when you're like 16, right? Drive, unless you have a really cool car to drive like this or like that Porsche in front of us. There's nothing. And the S2000. Oh, you got. That's not even fair. That wasn't even fair. Oh my god, that's happened. Am I gonna have to reload the... Yeah, watch me get stuck. Yep, okay. My god, that is so... oh my god. Okay, listen. If any big shot YouTubers listening to this, you know what you need to do? You need to contact your little contact to Playground Games and tell them to fix that. Because that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Not even I was hoping restarting the race would fix that, but nope. It did not fix that. Okay, that was ridiculous. Okay, my god, that was not fun whatsoever. Yeah. Please, someone fix that. Please and thank you. So now I have to re-enter the race again and blah 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 blah. Yeah, so here's the thing. I'm trying to make this episode shorter. The last episode was actually an all-time. That was an all-time low. It was like 33 something minutes. And to make it shorter, what I did, I took out the drive. So what I usually do in these cars. What I usually do in these cars is that I drive them to the Horizon Festival and work on them. But I just have to fast travel to save time. So But you know, little things like this, don't help. And this isn't the first time this has happened. This has happened before. This has happened before. Okay, so just, ugh. Okay, that is not. It's not cool, man. Not cool. So, you know, now I have to wait another like 500 hours for, you know, the race to load and yada yada yada. So, take this opportunity to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel, who has liked my videos. Thank you so much. You don't know how much that means to me. I mean, I'm hoping I can get this channel to grow and grow and grow. I mean, here's the funny thing. I made progress. You want to know why? 2 years ago, well, technically 3 years ago, this channel was at 12 subscribers. And now I'm at 66 or 65, depends on where you look at YouTube Studio or my YouTube channel on the YouTube.com. So I mean, really, yeah, for everyone who subscribed, everyone who's commented, everyone who's given their support, you know, everyone who's liked my videos, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Oh, nope. Okay, there it is. Okay. Alright, come on. Come on. Break. Okay. Not off to a great start, so I'm hoping I can do better than we initially did in this car, so I'm hoping for P3. That's my goal. My goal was to get up to P3. Okay. Nope, lost it. What? What? Oh, okay. Really? Really? Come on. Come on. Come on. I know I can catch him. Come on. Alright. Now that's another sign up for... That's another Toyota 86. So, I'm going to be very upset if I can't catch him. A superstar, god dang it. Okay, we're coming up on the final lap. Final lap. Okay, we got P3. We have gotten P3. And he's up to P2, and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Yeah. Nope. Don't want any wall hitting. Don't want any wall hitting. Yeah, he's gonna win, I think. Unless... unless I do that, then I can win. Yeah, I just bullied the I just bullied him out of his win. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I almost lost there for a second though, but I mean, technically the Audi TR 686 had a higher rank. That's weird. They had a higher rank. How do they have a higher rank? That doesn't make sense. My car's maxed out. How's that a higher rank? Okay. Well, you know what? A win's a win. A deal. So, here's my analysis on the 2013 Toyota 86. Stock is definitely fun. It's definitely a good handling car. I think that my tuned car is better though. I think it's better. It's better because I couldn't get out of P4. I couldn't catch up to the guy in P3 in the initial race, first race, but in the second race, I was able, without cheating, to get up to P2. So, yeah, I'd say definitely decent car. You know, if you guys are interested in downloading this tune and buying this car, then I'm all for it. Yeah, I mean, it's and like I said, it's definitely cool car. Not a boring car by any means whatsoever. So, with that said, guys, once again, like, subscribe, comment. Because I'm breathing because I said it like 3 times by now. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And once again, Game Bros is out.